Hello, I'm Brenna. I'm 24 years old. Please don't compare my age to my appearance, because you would have never imagined in this world how looks and age can be so deceiving. I used my little body to help me achieve a daunting task, change the way people see things to a way they've never seen before. I was born like any normal child. After 2 years of marriage, my parents were looking forward to the birth of an angel as a gift from God for their beautiful love. I was born and welcomed in a natural way, just like other babies. I had everything a normal child would have. My parents, too, gave me the best they might have, expecting a healthy and smart child. My little room has been well prepared since childhood. Clothes, shoes, utensils, etc. Everything that you can think of. I grew up surrounded by love, and I was pampered like a little princess. I was blessed with a full life. A life that every child needs and wants. A happy family that had both parents with normal health and well-developed intelligence. This was all just a beautiful veil, but it couldn't stop the warm beams of sunshine on me. I cannot be tall. Up to now, my body is just 74 centimeters so far. This is the height of a 1-year-old child. My parents were worried about me when I was under 5 years old. They went to big and small hospitals to see doctors specializing in height development. A lot of searching, money, and effort that just brought dissatisfaction to our lives. For a while, my father officially abandoned the fight. He felt that a little kid like me couldn't grow up to be a normal adult. For him, I was the one who was limited by this life. He left my mother in pursuit of peace and relief for himself. My mother raised me in difficult circumstances and endured the pain of raising a child that could not develop naturally like most babies. The disparaging comments of the people around me became a burden of life. I love her, but what can I do? When I go out, I get confused stares, comments, and even abuse. Due to this pressure, I dropped out of school when I was just 12 years old. My life was a dark night without light appearing anywhere. I was alone in the infinite space of my life. Regardless of my destiny and my miserable life, people will always find a way to survive. My mother was willing to help me, but the conditions were not good. I wasn't an overbearing child, but at least I was a child, and I needed my mom to lighten the burden. I felt less and less guilty of who I am since I quit school. It was just me and my mom in a small house that we called home. I accepted that I'm not normal. But that didn't imply that I was allowed to be lazy, and that what I do isn't usual. I cleaned the house and I learned to cook. Things that people do every day proved to be an effort for me. Cleaning a cupboard needed my body plus the mop, and even then I could only reach half the height needed. While washing dishes, I sometimes imagined that I could even use the sink as a bathtub. While cooking, people use 4 fingers to lift the pot very easily, but I have to use my whole arm, even my whole body when the pot is full of food. Everything seemed difficult, but I had to do it in order to help my mother. Possessing a child's form, I slowly became an adult. I made friends with the ladder and chair. It helped me get the height I wanted. Beauty offered me a possibility I never dreamed about. Unable to waste my whole life at home doing housework, I tried finding some useful information on how to find something magical to appear in the middle of my dark night. I discovered it that day. An acting company was looking for unique role performers. They needed someone like me, someone suffering from depression, someone wanting recognition, someone with the hope of escaping from life. It's everything I have, and anyone can have, but my appearance, that was just me. Severe happiness came over me. I was so happy that I screamed and threw everything that was within my reach. Life had given me a smile. For my mother, I planted a dream. She was concerned that people would look at me again with discriminatory eyes. She was unsure about my choice, but she agreed. That is the only thing I can do in this situation. Nowhere else can one imagine an unusual and less educated dwarf like me. My mother and I went to the company to take on the job. She carried me in her arms and covered me with a towel so people would know that I'm not as natural like any other child. If it were you seeing me, it would be really surprising if you could control the surprise or not throw harsh words that would hurt most people. So did the CEO, who was surprised to see my appearance and did not contain his surprise. Completely contrary to what the others had done to me, his immediate reaction and attitude made me feel relaxed. He looked at me with a natural reflex. "It's wonderful," the director said to me. "It's like a drop of water falling on the tiny soul that has been drying for centuries." For the first time in my life, besides my mom, I was quite genuinely praised. We signed a contract easily. I was a 12-year-old girl, and I signed a contract worth twice the house I lived in. My dark sky finally got a beautiful star. The contract lasted for almost a year. I was watching a movie that was nearly 2.5 hours long. It seemed beautiful. It told the story about the life of a princess who had become a witch's girl. She had to find a remedy for herself in a dangerous forest, where she met a prince. They loved each other, and together they discovered valuable remedies. In reality, this was a script written for me. I was born to be the artist. I had a rough time moving along in real life, but I got the rhythm of working in the film studio a lot quicker. I was seen as a treasure, a secret weapon. They were trying to negotiate another contract with me. An almost 8-year-old and remarkable girl like me appeared to have found a way out. They were a brilliant light in my dark night, a star that makes the sky brighter. With the hope of the whole team, the work was published a year later. The audience was looking forward to the first premiere. The number of tickets sold out quickly. Initially successful, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Nearly 3 hours passed, efforts pushed to the peak. The job proved to be successful. The first positive reviews have pushed the popularity of the film and its actors to a new level. I was so nervous. So much hope of changing my life was put into that movie. God smiled at me again. The work was successful, and everyone was impressed with the heroine that I performed. They praised me in everything from special looks to acting talent. I became a celebrity. My mother was finally able to be proud of me, even the man who regretted deciding to leave this family. A lot of new contracts came to me in a short time. It became out of my control. A girl who was estranged by the world now succeeds as a child. My job now is not to ask for a role to assert myself, but to choose which roles and scenarios can lead me to success. I have a position in society. Many people know me now. They want to touch me, carry me, pet me, take pictures with me, and give souvenirs. They are curious of everything about me. What I am doing now, what I will be doing, what I am using, and what my future orientation is. They all want to know. They love me now, the way they look at me, as if they want to become successful like me. I don't see eyes that are difficult to understand, despise, or pity anymore. And like before, I lost everything because of my abnormality. It is that anomaly that gave me the opportunity to succeed, a success surpassing fully functioning adults. People are used to seeing beautiful, talented people achieve great achievements. They have never seen abnormal people like me succeed, so they despise me. Now the opposite is true. They have everything, but they fail while I'm at the top of glory. I did what I always wanted. Change the way people see things to a way they've never seen before.